Hello viewers, once again welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with something that you find almost anywhere in your house. Let me tell some names of objects. Cutlery, utensils, tools, cars and even your house. What's common in it? None other than steel. It's true that exploring deeper into something can amaze you, puzzle you and can even inspire you to do something. So today we are going to travel in the world of steel. So guys, are you ready? Steel is a versatile material and is a modified author of iron. It is very durable and can endure heavy pressures and extreme heat that are used almost anywhere in the world. Cookware, appliances, construction, automobiles and whatnot. To talk about history, we would have to go a long way back into the Bronze Age, when the first steel-like objects were made like the stagger of King Tutankhamun of Egypt. And around 400 BCE, Indian metalworkers created the first true steel, that is wood steel. For some of you, this name is familiar with, and there's Damascus steel too. In 1856, Henry Bessemer, an Englishman, invented the Bessemer converter, a machine that churned 5,000 kilograms of steel in 20 minutes. This had changed the whole history of steel, and Bessemer is still known as the inventor behind the process. Generally, the composition of steel is 98% iron, 2% carbon, and small traces of other impurities. The iron used is extracted from iron ores like magnetite for the making of steel. Just adding this much carbon makes steel 1,000 times stronger than iron. But if carbon were in higher quantities, the result is cast iron, a heavy blackish metal which most of you have seen in your kitchen as cast iron, wok, pan, etc. You all might have seen stainless steel, right? How is it made? Here, the amount of carbon is reduced to some 1% and a new rust, chromium, is added at some 10.5%. Stainless steel was previously known as rustless steel, and manufacturers galvanize steel by electroplating it as shown in this figure. To make it a bit more durable, steel scrap is also added. There are basically four main types of steels, which differ in all of their properties and uses. Have a look. Carbon steel. This steel looking dull and matte in color accounts for 90% of all steel production. They are vulnerable to corrosion but are exceptionally strong and hard due to the carbon content. The name itself actually comes from the reality that they contain a very small amount of other alloying elements like aluminum, copper, etc. They are often used in knives, high tension wires, etc. Alloy steel. This steel tends to be more on the cheaper side, more resistant to corrosion, and are used in car parts, pipelines, ship hulls, etc. This is made by adding a multitude of alloying metals like silicon, manganese, aluminum, etc. When we add 1 to 2% of silicon into steel, what we get is a magnet. Well, silicon has a lot of magnetic properties, that's why. Tool steel. We can call this the toughest of the four, it's your choice because their properties of heat resistant, shock resistant and scrap resistant that they use in a whole lot of tools like pliers, wrenches, hammers, spanners, etc. They're made by adding tungsten, cobalt, vanadium, etc. to steel, which is why they're hard and durable. Stainless steel, the most famous and expensive of all. It's highly popular for its appearance and rust resistance. As I told you before, when we add some 10% of chromium to iron with 1% of carbon, it doesn't rust. It's also flexible and is used in surgical equipment. And one more, there are more than 100 grades of stainless steel in the world. Believe it or not, there are more than 3,500 grades of steel currently in the world. So just imagine the myriad uses of steel. But we haven't crossed the finish line. Here are some checkpoints. Stainless steel has an invisible and thin oxide film over it, which protects it from rust as shown in this figure. Not all stainless steels are magnetic. You might have noticed it. Take a spoon or a fork near a magnet. Does it stick? No, right? In fact, there are 5 types of stainless steels, of which 2 are important: ferritic and austenitic. Ferritic ones, as its name says, are ferromagnetic and is used in some tools like nuts, bolts, etc. And the cutlery we use daily is made from austenitic stainless steel. Steel is mostly magnetic and is easy and affordable to recover from almost any landfill, making it the most recycled material in the world. Steel is incredibly tough and has a long lifespan. In 1883, New York's Brooklyn Bridge became the world's first steel bridge to carry traffic. And after more than 130 years, it still stands strong, carrying over 1.5 lakh vehicles and pedestrians per day. The first major mass demand for steel came from railroad companies. It doesn't warp, twist, split, swell, shrink, suffer from termites and mold or rot like wooden buildings and structures. This describes the durability of steel. Steel expands and contracts with change in temperature. For example, the Eiffel Tower without the antenna is 984 feet tall during summer, but in winter it's approximately 6 inches shorter. Believe it or not, steel is more elastic than rubber. No, that's not a typo. Steel does have the ability to bounce back to its original shape much faster than rubber. Ever heard of stainless steel soap? Really? Yeah, some manufacturers shape the steel into a soap bar, that's it. But there's a peculiarity, it doesn't kill germs like normal soap does, but it reduces odors. Just rub it in your hands after handling garlic, onion, or fish. The smell disappears. Now, how? Well, some scientists say that the steel binds to sulfur compounds in the substances which cancel out these odors. In fact, we can't imagine the myriad uses with the more than 3,500 grades of steel. With the improvement in technology, we are now able to create new safer, stronger, and lighter steels than before. I hope you'll find this video helpful. That's all for now. We'll meet you in a new day with a new topic. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Until then, bye!